I am in Kampala, Uganda, and what better place to begin my journey other than this beautiful pink tree around Centenary Park. Anyway, let's head in this direction to meet Jinja Road. And you might have guessed well, that's the very street that leads you into the eastern Ugandan part, Jinja, the industrial city of Uganda, at least at the time of independence. These are the traffic light junctions, and this junction, this right here, is a street that I'm yet to remember the name, but what you're seeing right there, the cars that are crossing along Jinja Road, and that will take you to the Nakawa suburbs of Kampala, as far as Kira municipality, Chireka, Bweyogere, and then into Namamve, the industrial park in Kampala, and then to Mukono, then Lugazi and Jinja. For now, let me just get for you the name of this street right here. So where am I? Centenary Park. Centenary Park. Centenary Park. Oh God. Guys, bear with me. Please don't go. Oh yeah, this is actually Yusuf Lule Road, and this is Access Road, and then we are going to this side. So this is the direction that we are going to take. We are heading into the city center itself. So this is the look of Kampala, Uganda in this 2026, and particularly today is a very interesting day, it being the eve of the election of the president in Uganda, which the incumbent is likely to win unless he decides to say, I'm tired. But yep, this is a trans-African highway, surprisingly, passing through Kampala. So from Mombasa, Nairobi, Malaba, Jinja, Kampala, and then goes to, I think, Masakambara, blah blah, Rwanda, into Tanzania, and so on and so forth. So when you stick with this road, you can find yourself traversing the entire of Africa. So this is a section of Jinja Road leading into Kampala city town center. Isn't that a bit belittling? Actually, Kampala city center, not city town center. And there was a time we used to actually hold a carnival on this street during the times of Jennifer Musisi, and it was a delight. It brought happiness to the faces of Kampala people as they enjoyed life. Now, some of these structures are pretty old, and I think one of these was called, this is Pioneer House. The other one was Conrad House, and then this, I do not know how they call it, but the other there is called Okello House. I see this other house here with the Bank of Africa branch, which guys, by the way, have accounts in Bank of Africa. I do not know of any of my peers that do. Whom are they banking, and what is their model? What's the size of their bank? Anyway, we are delighted to bring you the streets of Kampala. It's actually, I think, mostly empty because I think government officials didn't work. It's considered a public holiday, even the day tomorrow. So that means government workers didn't show up. So most of the people that you see on this street are private workers, and those that vote from the city or are unable to travel to vote, mostly because a lot have given up hope in the leaders they vote into office. It's the same record over and over. I would have told you the name of this building, but most of them nowadays no longer have anything written on them, so there's no knowing. There's no knowing which the name of the building is. Weird. But I see Nina Interiors. I see also here, they say opposite Nina Interiors. So I think Nina Interiors has made a name for themselves when it comes to chairs, beds, and all that. Kampala Water, part of National Water Sewage Corporation. So just call it Kampala Water, I think, maybe to make it sound fancy. I came through this rise at some point. So, I see rise, I see avenue, I see street, I see road. Guys, what's the difference? type it in the comment section below. So apparently this is a rise, but it meets Darwington Avenue. So at least I know a close a piece of road that ends nowhere or stops at a certain point. So that's the person who closes that road, hence the close. Coffee house. That's a reminder that Uganda's major cash crop is coffee, and coffee was revered in the past and even today. Bank of India, whom they bank I don't know, probably the Indian businessmen within the city. I think that's a lot of repatriation of profits from the country. Some of the things that caused the former late president of Uganda, Idi Amin Dada, to feel they were only exploiting the country and not returning anything back. But yep, that is subjective. Many of you may have an opinion on that. But yeah, I am walking on the right hand side of Jinja Road while heading into town, because it's nicer to see incoming traffic as opposed to traffic that is outgoing. The Prime Plaza. I think these are some of the old money around the city. And some of these buildings previously in the post or the pre-Amin era were mostly Indian shops, and with Ugandan servants serving as manual laborers. Yeah. So far Ugandans have reoccupied them, but I think some Indians actually were able to return. Trade was not a thing, but the void the Indians left in going forced Ugandans to jump in, and a few household names were created after them. The Wavamunos, the Mulwanas, and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, most of these buildings no longer have names. I have a feeling that they used to have Indian names, but because of heritage, or who take them after Amin left, so they no longer just have names anyways. Nema House. I think it is environment management, forest or something like that. Yeah, they do that stuff. I don't see their work. I never see reforestation. Swamps are always being backfilled. I wonder what their role is in the country anymore. One of the reasons people choose to not vote entirely. Victoria University has been steadily growing over the years. I think the enrollment has long reached 7,000 students, which is actually a great number, to be honest. At times I compare it to Makerere University with 40,000, but then I think with manageable numbers, there's proper. How are you? Happy New Year. Hey, you have just kunyukad. Oh, I see. I was just talking about Victoria University.
That one I left yesterday. So I just came to keep notes.
Hey, now you're going to be where?
Marwa.
Ma?
I'm going to Marwa.
Marwa?
Marwa, that side of Namibia.
Marwa? Barua? What's there?
I'm going to work. Someone has told me.
Oh, like wankanyuka oba wabatadde.
That study is when I say, if my tools, I continue to go for work.
Tebakyalina mirimu?
Not like public holiday.
No, not obadde ontiisizza nabatadde, like you quit. Oh, so you're going to vote tomorrow? Huh?
Wait.
Are you going to vote tomorrow? Nja kusaba akalulu.
Auntie, obuzibu
Eh.
nagenze we bakolera
Yes, it wants to pass.
ID.
Toina ID. Oh no, they said you can just go with your name and fingerprint. Hey. If you know your name and you know your polling station, then you can go with your fingerprint and biometrics. The system will. When did you last vote? Where did you vote from? That means you didn't transfer your polling center. Because if you know where you voted last time, unless someone changed your name, you still should be under that voting thing. It looks like a lot of people in the city are not going to vote. By the way, I'm actually looking for MASH, those Kenyan going buses. I saw on Google Maps it was showing that they are somewhere here, but
yeah, that's it. When you
I tried Nakasero, that side of Lumumba Avenue when it's starting. There's a good structure rising up. I used to see them there. Now, I don't know, this pin is on Google Maps, but I don't know where this one they put it before going that side. And now, wherever they've gone, they've failed to put.
I need to change my screen.
Yo? For not what? Yeah, that one is affordable. I don't think you'll exceed 60 if it's not OLED. Because at times they also love to drop in OLED, but A0s normally don't have OLED screens, but the more recent A0s, A07 has OLED screen. But how does it look like on the screen? Like, is it black or you can see liquid? What does it do?
Black.
But you can see some parts. It's in totally black. Or use OLED. Because OLED is the one that goes totally black. This IPS normally, it cracks, then the liquid collects somewhere, and then I think you demand me 50K. You're supposed to have done your fan, I've remembered. Then you vanished. Yeah, that was a by the way. So, what was I saying?
So anyway, it fell down.
Yeah.
So it's really black.
Yeah.
So when you do this, behind, down apart,
Yeah.
you can see some light.
Oh. Okay, maybe it is not OLED. Because normally my fear, if it is OLED, you start talking about for a good quality OLED, even for these entry models, you'll be looking like 150 upwards.
Okay, I'll bring it to our
Maybe next week. Quite towards the end of next week.
But I want it to be done immediately.
That one is a straightforward problem. I think you've made eating an optional task, and I'm sure these guys make you forget to eat, so you end up eating 1 meal a day, and it's now making you grow old. Hey, your skin is no longer smooth. I tell you, you need to marry. You reach to get married and you're telling people I'm 35, and they're like, those things. Let me let you go. You need to get married. Kare. Alright. I found a friend and client, and I think I feel it was a nice conversation as you guys were having the streets to yourselves. But then again, how breaks the monotony of hearing my voice throughout. Now I'm back to Said Barre Avenue, and the lights have failed me. The cars need to go. I'll have to wait for them because there's no point. But let me use relative velocity, and I'm through. So, yep. Said Barre. I don't know who Said Barre was. Said Barre Avenue. And you guys still give me the meaning of avenue. And in case you're wondering, those are the railway headquarters of the Uganda Railway Services. right in the distance. I don't know whether I'm able to cross over. Just give you a glimpse of what they are. Alright, so let me wait for these cars to cross and then I can cross the street. More of Victoria University at a distance, and I'm waiting for these cars to do their thing and give me way. I just felt I should show you the railway headquarters. Now that the cars are not getting done, let me just head in this direction until they get done, and then when they get done I shall cross. So for now, yeah, I've decided to abuse the road a little bit. I think this is a departing lane, and those cars are still coming from Jinja direction on Jinja Road into the city center, where I think this is now Kampala Road, because Jinja Road should have been behind the other side. Let me confirm. I made the mistake in the two, but since there's no clear mark of where it starts, I'm just going to confirm. So those are the railway headquarters. Okay. Yep, we're actually already on Kampala Road. We actually left Jinja Road right at Centenary Park. So guys, forgive me. I kept on calling Kampala Road an extension of Jinja Road, but it's actually where we started from. That Kampala Road began after Jinja Road ending, and this is some sort of square, public space. Its purpose, I don't know. Its name, I don't know. So I think I panicked in telling you that, because I see on this plaque shows that that's Jinja Road, this is Kampala Road. Where it starts from, okay, maybe it starts from here, so not so bad. And Sir King George VI, a very short stretch. After all, I think he also ruled for a very short time. That's why they gave him only about 150 meters of road stretch, which is a bit funny. Some of the colonial administrators got themselves longer stretches of road. The iron. Station House, Kampala. Of course, that's the railway station. So I think by then it made sense that this should be called the Station House. I don't know whether it's in any way connected to the railway service and the railway station. I don't know. Now, what befell this? Probably a tree, but none of our business. Fiber optic cable. I decided to navigate the street by itself. This video doesn't bother to indicate. Very funny. Still on Kampala Road. Is this the one returning? I don't know the name of this place, but it used to be a pub bistro. So the auditorium, the plaza. I think there's an auditorium, but it used to be a theater. Interesting name. Your TV channels up. A great building. Someone's looking up just because I chose to look up. I was reading my Your TV, and I chose to also look up. Uganda Just to not amuse. Anyway, Kampala Road, and all I'm trying to do is find buses to Kenya and figure out what is required of me for me to cross to Kenya. Tobani Center. That's a relatively new structure, aluminium clad. I don't know, I've never really been a fan of glazing, aluminium cladding, just not. I'd rather even start with concrete. Interesting timber work on top. Brown house. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this footage here. I've already given you a lot of the look of Kampala on the eve of the election. Everything is calm, so it's going to be a great day. This is plot 12 on Kampala Road. Yep, so numbers on Kampala Road are just rising slowly. Okay, it's a beautiful place to be. And this is to be home for Nando's. Now I see a lot of food joints. Mr. Garden, fried chicken, Wonder Crust, Food Hub, cream, Supreme, ice cream and juice bar, Roasters, Flame, blah blah blah. Yeah, I used to house Uganda Stock Exchange, sorry. I don't know whether they still reside here. And that's Uganda House, home of the Uganda People's Congress, built back in the day. Yeah, they used to be here. I think they left Uganda Securities. I don't know where they went. And now we are back on Kampala Road. We saw that street, which was, I think, Porto. After it's Parliamentary Avenue. Yeah, Parliamentary Avenue. So the mighty Uganda House. Concrete beast. I don't know whether it's long overdue and the concrete needs to be changed. But I'm told concrete can last for even 400 years. Reinforced concrete. You use steel reinforcement, stainless steel, and stainless steel reinforcement, and then more lime cement. Yeah. More of these trees with their pink flowers. A beauty to behold. A beauty to behold. Shade leaves remain pink with pink flowers. There used to be. Anyway, that's the, I think, communications house. Diamond First Bank Center. Interesting. Interesting. And then Jam Towers right in front there. Now I'm looking for buses to Kenya and what options I have. Okay. Street vendors trying to get some back. I guess if you leave mouth, a lot of jackets. Joseph B. Tito Road. What an interesting name for a street. Whoever that person was, he must have contributed a lot that such a difficult name should be appended to a street. Now, Champ Towers. I think I gave you a history of Champ Towers in one of my videos, and I think it used to be home of the Uganda Commercial Bank in the past. It has long been renovated. I think to house hotels and office apartments. Anyway, I suppose this was supposed to be a parking point for buses, but I don't see where they park. Now, this sign shows that if you go through, you should find yourself at Kasuri Tombs, a UNESCO World Heritage Center, Mulago Hospital, Makerere University. If you were to branch left on those lights, you'd go to Entebbe International Airport, 40 kilometers into the left. Sukarno Road, that must have been an Indian businessman. This is what's named after him. Those are very interesting streets that you never even get to know the names of. But this should take you to the printing hub of Kampala, Nasa Road. So, Sukarno Road. Sukarno Sukano, Bata, Uganda, Bata. Who buys shoes from Bata? I don't think I do. Maybe school children. This building, I don't know its name, but I don't know what they were trying to do with that facade. At least not glass glaze. So something different to behold. So for now, let's head. Let's see suits. How expensive they are, I don't know. Yeah, so this is the road. But 80 kilometers, if you branched off, would take you to Entebbe. 40 kilometers, not 80. So I think I've been caught up in the chaos of cars because I think I didn't do my calculations very well. And for now, I'm going to have to wait for this from around here on the island, and these are turning right, so that means I have to take my time. Start for recycling, I suppose. So it's going to make retaining assholes. Now I may cross this street. Much as the light was red, we negotiate nonetheless, and traffic guy just looks on. So no crying in trying to do wrong. And I think from here, you can see Tropical Bank, another bank that I don't know who uses. Amber House. I was going to mistake it for the post office house. Amber House, I don't know whom it houses, but it's also a serious concrete structure. Wow. National Water and Sewage Corporation has to do a better job. That's a nightmare. Street vendors, still Kampala Road. I like to loosely call this the Wall Street of Uganda, because in the distance we have the headquarters of Centenary Bank. Next to it is Church House, which is the headquarters of Equity Bank, and then somewhere there we have Cairo Bank, and then behind this Post Office Uganda, the brown building that you see, behind it, the other next building. So there are two buildings. That is the Central Bank of Uganda. These are the police that is able to regulate them and see that they behave. Yep, so let's cross the street, whose name I don't seem to have found, and I suppose someone is deciding to slay after I've given them room to pass. So for now, let's I don't know whether this is an authentic Adidas outlet, but apparently they are Adidas, and their sign has long fallen. No price tags, I suppose, doesn't know. Smell some chicken. Someone was asking me about the S22 Ultra. I see 1.6, so I might have actually told them otherwise. And for now, Kentucky Fried Chicken, the allure of which I don't quite understand. Now more of the post office building, what people call brutalistic architecture. But there's a lot of lighting provided for these structures. The Bank of Uganda, I think the one in front was the first building. That's where you exchange even town notes, at least that's where I did it from. And then the one behind is the newer structure. Yep, this is what Cafe Javas. A lot of people taking their time to do what they do best, eat expensive chicken. Optical eye clinic right there. People need to see the chicken they're eating, and books for them to learn the truth and knowledge of life and wisdoms that have long been stashed away. Okay. I kind of think reading is a luxury. Yep. The broke person read facts and be important for another person. and then maybe later I can read opinions, ideas of how to ignore facts and run businesses. I may be tired of walking, and as such, I am pausing my video here because I've reached City Square, which is in the distance. Right, you see the greenery, and behind of which there's Kochi Tower. So I'm looking for Kenyan buses, Mashipo Washimba, and all those things. The light is telling me, hey, 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 stop, green is going. And the motorcycle popped from nowhere. That's Kampala for you. Be present when you cross, because the border guy will remind you you're encroaching on their space. And the results are not normally pleasant. So mostly you and him too should be paused. Anyway, Kampala Road still. And the Central Bank of Uganda, right there. Just 3 structures actually. I think now this might be the real oldest one. And fruits, country blessed with fruits, is Uganda. Train Chambers, the Paleria Group. It used to be the home of Train Bank, at least their headquarters. Unfortunately, what went wrong. Alright. So now the houses are rented out. Okay. DFCU Bank. Why are they sharing with Techno? Okay, that's interesting. I suppose shared customer. And yep. So let's head into the distance. And yeah, that's the beauty of Kampala for you. I think those are fresh graduates in life. Now I see shops that I could have bought and said, for a window shop. I thought they decided to branch it. Yeah, so that's the square for you. And guys, see you in the new Uganda. Ciao. And interesting building.